Hi guys, it's Richard at Altfins. In the last video I talked about how the market is in a downturn and we're seeing a bounce. That bounce has run its course, it appears, and a lot of the altcoins are now rolling over, which is a good time to revisit some of the charts and see if there are some now short selling opportunities. But I also want to talk about perhaps pairing some of the short sells with longs or buys, buy positions to keep a trader's book or portfolio more balanced or market neutral. So I'm going to have some bets on the long side or buy or on the short side or sells, and that way if the market makes a sudden dramatic move up or down, I'm not going to be hurt. I'm going to gain some on one side and lose some on the other side, but net I think I'll win more than I'll lose. And if the market just does its normal downtrend, which is where it's headed, then we should also win more than lose. So let's go ahead and check the curated charts. As you can see right now on the screener, we see most of the altcoins, with the exception of stablecoins obviously, are trading down. They were also down yesterday. And let's go ahead and look at the curated charts. The curated charts are prepared by our analysts, and they use some very simple technical analyses or certain indicators and principles of technical analysis, which I think can help the traders also learn some of the basic principles and how to use them. They include support and resistance, identifying a trend, which is number one, support and resistance, which is maybe number two on the list of critical techniques, and then looking at some momentum indicators like MACD and RSI. And so let's go ahead and pull up some of the recent updates from today from, for example, Filecoin. Looking at the chart and the description here, it's clearly in a downtrend, and recently it bounced off of the $50 support zone and rolled over again. A good candidate for short selling. Next one here is Chainlink as well. It's on a downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows. It had a death cross, so a 50-day moving average crossed below the 200 day moving average, and it was rejected. It bounced off of the $15 support zone level, and it was rejected at $20. And the bullish momentum that it had, the upswing has now inflected bearish as well. So this is a good, I believe, an entry point for short selling. I think it will revisit the $15 support zone. Right now it's trading at $7.50, so there's about a 15% potential upside or more. I think there's a good chance that it will actually break through the $15 support level as well. The next one on the list that I liked was Theta, which was another situation that is in a clear downtrend. So again, generally speaking, rule number one is trade with a trend. It's a clear downtrend here, making lower lows, often lower highs, and it rebroke below the $6.50 support level, which we believe now indicates that it's going to resume a downtrend and revisit the $5 support zone. So another potential up to 20% upside or profit potential. And then the last one that I'm going to take a look at is Bitcoin Cash. Also in a downtrend. I mean, most of the altcoins are. It's approaching a death cross here, 50-day moving average and below the 200-day moving average. But more importantly, it broke below the $500 level. It bounced up above it, but got rejected and broke back below the $500 level. The MACD histogram is rolling over as well. So again, a good opportunity to short sell this altcoin as well. So I'm going to do this on Binance. I'm going to go to the exchange, and here I'm going to do that in the isolated margin accounts, which means that each position will only affect itself. It will not affect any other positions in my portfolio. That's why it's isolated. And let's see, the coins that we talked about were Link, and you can trade Link against the various altcoins or other stable coins. I'm gonna trade against USDT or Tether because I know I have some balance of Tether. So I'm gonna select that, and again I want to be selling it in the isolated margin account. Now I want to keep the positions small, and this is something that I emphasize. Keep it small. I mean, whatever small means to your account. If you have $5,000, keep it small at $500 each. If you have $10,000, keep it small at $1,000 each position at max. And that way, there's less stress. There's especially if you're just learning. It's more about learning the process, getting a lot of small trades under your belt to get comfortable before we really want to increase the trade size. But frankly, even in the future, experienced traders typically do small trades, many small trades, for the probabilities and the statistics, because trading is about probabilities. There's always a probability that the trade will go against us, but there's a higher probability if we do the analysis correctly. There's a higher probability that we will win. So I'll keep this trade small at about $500 worth of Link that I want to short. So right now it's trading at $17.40 or so. So $500 worth will be about 30 units of Link that I want to short. But I can't short it here right now. The system won't allow me because I don't have any money in that isolated account. So I need to transfer. I'm going to transfer from my spot account into this isolated margin account. I'm going to transfer, I don't have any Link, but I'm going to transfer USDT. I have about $6,000 USDT. Like I said, I need about 500, let's put $600 or Tether into this isolated margin account. Now I should be able to short, and I'm going to do it at a market price, just so that we get it done. So I want to short 30 Link. I'm going to borrow Link. Okay, fine. So I have collateral in the form of USDT, and I'm going to borrow Chainlink to sell it in the market, and I sold it. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one is BCH, also against USDT. Once again, I'm going to do it at a market price. Market price is about 480 right now. It's also one of those cases where it bounced off of support. It touched or tried to break through the $500 resistance where it got rejected, and it's rolling over, and the momentum is also inflecting bearish. So I think it's going to go back to about 350 as we have in our analysis. We can check back here, Bitcoin Cash, right? The next support zone is 350. I think there's a good chance that it will head back to that support level after getting rejected at 500. So here, each Bitcoin Cash unit is worth about 480 USDT. So really, I'm just going to short one and margin sell. Oh, I need to transfer once again. I need to transfer some money into this isolated margin account. I'm going to transfer $500 or USDT units. Okay, now that's my collateral. I can now margin sell 1 unit of BCH. Here we go. Order placed. see if it goes through, or should. Checking my trades here. Looks like it did go through. And then the last coin that we wanted to short was Theta, also against USDT. Also a coin that is in a downtrend. It had a nice, a modest bounce that's rolling over now with a break through the support. I'm sorry, broke through the or got rejected or broke below again the resistance level of 650. That's Theta. Okay, yeah, broke below 650 and the target is $5. So once again, we have now Theta against USDT. I'm going to transfer about $500 worth of USDT into this account. Let's do 600. And trading at just under $6, so I can short about 100 units of Theta and place the trade. Borrowing and short selling. Order placed. Alright guys, now let's go and look at these positions in our margin account or isolated margin accounts. We can look at the positions right here. Hide the small accounts. Here we go. We got all these positions, okay? So we'll see how that goes for the next few days. Now what I would do to keep my book market neutral, to basically balance out my book with some longs, some buys. Well, what can we buy in this market? That's hard, but we did look at some potential candidates for long positions in our last video, and with the way we did it, we basically just look for coins that are in an uptrend. There are very few coins that remain in an uptrend on a medium and a long-term basis. So I'm going to recreate that filter real quick here. Medium term up, long term up. Now I'm down to 88 items or 88 coins. I'm going to also stipulate that there's some decent trading volume, not a ton, but some. So volume is about $100,000 worth, and let's look at the results. Hex was one of them. That would be a good candidate to go long. Let's look at the chart here. 6 months. Okay, it's clearly in an uptrend, and actually that is indicated as well in our trend rating. It's up on the short-term, medium, and long-term basis. It's had a pullback here. It could be a good buying opportunity, especially if the market goes up. Then this coin should perform perhaps better than the average. And then Cream, look at that. Cream Finance is actually trading up today, one of the few exceptions, and that's a very positive sign as well. That could be also is an uptrend across all three short, medium, and long-term time horizons. That could be a good long trade to balance out my short trades. So I'm not going to do that in the interest of time to keep this video short, but that would be a strategy to achieve a relatively market neutral book or portfolio. Of course, ideally we'd have more than 3 on each side, perhaps maybe even 10 positions on the short, 10 positions on the buy side as well. But again, most importantly, you gotta trade with a trend. There's a few coins that we highlighted here. They're still in the uptrend, but generally speaking, most altcoins are in the downtrend, and therefore, what we demonstrated here is how to short such altcoins, how to time it when they get rejected at a resistance, when the MACD momentum inflects bearish, and or when they break through the next support level. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please email us at invest@altfins.com. Have a great day. Good luck.